Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. Here we go. Okay. You're in.
Hello.
Hello.
Right back. Just connecting.
I'm going to keep us not muted.
Okay. In that case, I'll be good.
Oh, I know.
Who is that very flexible person who doesn't need a stretching seminar?
A young person is what I've noticed.
Wow.
I used to be able to do that. I'm so sad. But, wow. You are bendy.
That's Dustin's sister.
Oh my God.
Okay. Before we get started, if any of you have something that you could use, like a belt, to kind of stretch later on, you might need that. So
Is that what my yoga bag is? No.
that that works. You don't want something like a rope because it kind of dig into your leg. But a belt is fine. You know, something with a little bit of thickness to it. You don't need it yet, but
Your bag if you want.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's the bag I always took the money in, right? So I had everything in there.
Ace is out looking. We got Kelly. All right.
Where? Yeah. Is it in your chair?
So big news that we're in phase 2. Could be as early as June 1st, which is only one more week that we have to prepare the school and get ready. And of course, they're not telling us until next week what the guidelines are going to be, so it's not going to give us much time. But people are asking me if they have to wear masks in class and all that stuff. I don't know these answers yet. Play it by ear. All right. We're not going to bow in because it's not really an official karate class. So let's start with the upper body, and you're going to try and touch your ear to your shoulder. And then the other side. And down front. Try and touch your chin to your chest. And lean back. Stretch that head all the way back. And now you're going to kind of make a circle, going clockwise, slowly. And go the other direction.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, that's good. And you're gonna take your right arm and stretch it across the chest. Try and keep it nice and straight. And other side. Another one that you can do, if you can see me back here, is put your hand on the wall or on something stable and kind of stretch forward. Feel the stretch in your shoulder and into your chest. And then the other hand.
Yeah, you can come over here.
Okay, good. That one's good if you're doing push-ups or any kind of weightlifting. It's good to stretch that chest out. You know, stretching this way and stretching this way. Those are important. You don't want to get tight if you do any kind of weights and stuff. You're going to take your wrist, try and bend your fingers down, and then bend them back.
Laura Carberry, right?
And take the other hand, same thing, bring it down. and stretch it back. For karate, these stretches are good. For weapons, you know, getting that good wrist motion. Then just take your wrists and rotate them.
Feels good.
And go the opposite direction. Okay, good. And you're gonna put your hands on your hips, and we're gonna rotate the rotate your hips. So you're gonna kind of have them here and legs apart, and you're gonna circle, and then go the opposite direction. Okay, good, and stop. I'm gonna have legs apart, and actually we're gonna do one other one. Legs together. So we're gonna rotate those knees. In one direction, and then go the opposite. Can you give me a scrunchie? Like behind my computer or somewhere. There's a purple and there's a black one. Okay, good. And then legs apart.
And we can stagger from the back.
And you're gonna go down, bring your head towards your right knee. Keep both legs straight. And go to the other side. And then down the middle. Let me know if anyone else comes in. And look up. Okay, this time, that same standing position, you're gonna stretch forward. Keep your back and your legs straight. And get your back parallel to the floor. Feel the back of your legs, a little bit in your back. And without turning your feet, keep your feet to the front, but twist to the right. And then to the other side. Good. And roll it up. Okay, you can hold on to something here if you want, or if you have good balance, you're gonna bring your right knee up, but try to keep both knees in line with each other. You don't want this knee way up. You want it pointing down. Pull your foot towards your butt. And outside. And then take that right foot and put it up across, up as high as you can. Not down here by your knee. Try and bring it up as high as you can. Point that knee down to the floor. And put it down. Other side. Where'd your hubby go, Liz?
What's that?
Was your husband doing it with us and he left?
He just needed to go somewhere to have a couch to hold on to.
Oh.
Here.
Like, that was quick. We lost him already. Okay, and put it down. All right, we're gonna do our side blade squat. So you're gonna bend that right knee. Keep your left leg nice and straight.
You want to keep both your feet on the floor,
Yep.
straight.
Straight foot.
Uh-huh.
And switch to the other side. Now you put your foot flat on the floor if you can, both of them. There you go. Yep. And switch. This time, you're gonna point your toes up to the ceiling.
So you bend the right leg. Know what you can do?
You know what's an easy way, Dave, to just squat down like this? So if you just squat down and then stick the leg out, sometimes that's a little easier.
He's trying the seated Shihan approach here.
All right, and switch to the other side.
One of the reasons why he's here. That's like squatting thing has been difficult of late for him.
Yes, as we get older, we get tighter, and as we do a lot of physical work, you know, people that either weightlift or do heavy lifting and different work like that at work, muscles can get tight. All right, now from here, you're gonna spread your legs apart as far as you can. Stretching gravity is a wonderful thing at times. So try to let gravity kind of pull you down. Hold that position. See if you can go out a little further.
David?
And then sit back on it.
Okay, so get up first.
Okay, you're gonna go grab onto your right ankle and try to pull your head all the way down. And switch over to the other side. If you can touch your head to your knee, try to go down towards your shin, so you're not curling your back. So think of your back staying nice and straight, and aim lower down towards your shin. And look up. And I gotta scoop forward. Okay. You're gonna put your right hand on your left thigh and take that left hand over the top. You wanna feel the stretch in here and try to grab your toes.
Good for you, Shihan Chris. Not happening.
So then you're supposed to touch your toe with your left hand.
Oh, man. Well, you got a couple of very flexible people here. I'm not one of them.
All right, let's switch to the other side. So left hand on the right thigh, right hand over the top. Grab those toes. And look up. We're going to go back to the right side again. Just 3 different variations. One was just going down. 2 was stretching over the top. Now this one, you're going to try to grab your foot if you can. So you're pulling back on the ball of your foot. So you're using different muscles on the stretch. Try to pull it back and bring your head down.
So just do this type of thing. And pull on your foot and then just use that as a leg. Keep your head as close as you can.
And switch to the other side. Grab onto those toes. And look up. Okay, you're gonna reach your hands forward and try to go down. Think of your chin, your chest, and then your stomach touching the mat. Not so much curling your back, trying to get the top of your head down, but reach forward, try and keep your back straight.
Actually, no. You want your back to be as straight as it can be. Right. Oh, this is where she and Chris just flats out on the floor.
Oh my goodness, your hands all the way down.
Not as far as my chin, but I've never
Okay, and look up.
put my chest down.
Pull those feet into the butterfly. So tuck them in as close as you can. And this one, you can have a little bounce. Most of the stretches, you don't want to bounce. You want to go as far as you can. Hold it. And then relax. This one's okay to give a little bounce.
You can push with your elbows, or you can just.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do right now. You're going to grab onto those ankles, use your elbows and your thighs, and use those elbows to try and push your knees down to the floor.
Look at this little girl in the top right. Whoever the young lady is, what is her name, Shihan Chris?
What's your name?
Yes, you.
Madeline?
That's Dustin's sister.
Can you at least pretend that it hurts a little bit?
Okay, you're going to lift your right foot up and try to pull it in towards your chest.
So left leg is.
The other leg can be bent or straight, it doesn't matter. And then try the other leg.
That's good.
Pull it in. If you're hugging it. Okay, both legs straight out. Toes are up. You're gonna point your toes towards me. Say karate, it's like an instep kick, but pointing them and pull your heads down.
Mhm. Interesting.
And look up. And now you're gonna try, if you can reach, grab onto the balls of your feet so your heels come off the floor. If not, you can do it just, by flexing without using your hands. And pull your head down. And look up. And while we're down here, we're going to do two more. You're going to put your right leg over the top. Low over the top. Put your left hand behind you. Yep.
Your left arm all the way over, and then you're sort of pushing your left arm left, looking to the right of your body.
So as that left arm is behind, you're going to be really twisting and looking behind you. Use that arm to push. And switch to the other side. Left leg on top. Straddle another arm. You want opposite arm from the leg. So put the other arm behind.
Goes on the left side.
And look over that right shoulder.
At your elbow.
Yeah, use that arm to push.
And then you push it. Look over the other shoulder.
Okay, both legs straight down. You're going to take your right leg and put it on top of your left. This way. sideways. You're gonna go through the hole, so in between your leg, you're gonna grab the straight leg, and you're gonna pull it back as you lay back.
Right leg over left.
No, but
You're gonna
where's-
try to grab your left thigh.
Pull it in as close as you can. And sit back up. Your left leg on top this time. Arm through. Grab that straight leg. Grab your straight leg, not the bent one.
The left hand goes in
Two
between.
hands on that straight leg, Madeline.
Between the hole. Come out. Go through here, and now pull back. There you go.
You feel that in your hip if your hips are a little tight. Okay, and up. You're gonna go on your knees. And what we wanna do is we wanna do a frog stretch. So I don't wanna have a V. I don't wanna have a V, I wanna have a straight line from knee to knee. So if I'm not all the way down, that's fine, but try to keep a straight line and see my feet in the back of the frog.
Pretty low.
So at this point, you're just trying to spread your knees and work the hips. That's exactly.
Try to get it flat down on the floor, but that's probably impossible for most of us.
Not for everybody.
You can go down.
Switch this way.
All right, we're gonna stretch one leg out and sit back.
There you go.
You might have a 90-degree angle, that's fine. I'm a little further than a 90. Like an 80 would be perfect.
Back.
You just don't want your knee pointing towards your straight leg. You're gonna grab that straight leg and pull your head down. Again, think of that chest going down.
You okay, babe?
And look up. Take your right leg and tuck it in front. Half a butterfly.
Hold on, I'm backwards too.
And bring your head down again. And we're gonna go to the other side. So I'm bending my left spine. That right leg out. And pull that head down. And look up. Tuck that foot in front. And pull your head down. Okay, gonna stand up. And we're gonna cross the right leg over. Keeping both legs straight. And try and bring your palms down to the floor. And roll it up. And switch to the other side. Same thing, palms down. Left leg is on in the front. And roll it up. Now this one, we're gonna bend the back knee, almost like you're doing like a cat stance, okay? So my back knee is bent. My right leg is completely straight. Toes are up. And you wanna bring your elbow to your toes if you can. Really feel it in the back of your leg here. So both legs are really close together, Lisa. See how my two knees, my two knees are like really close, like a cat, almost like a cat stance, but not quite. Back foot is flat on the floor. The straight leg is bent. I mean, the straight leg is bent. That makes sense. The bent leg is flat on the floor. The straight leg, you're on your heel. And if you can touch your elbow, you can grab onto that foot and try to get your head to touch your toes.
Try to get your head touching. Like you pull your chin toward it.
Okay, and let's switch sides. Right knee is bent. Toes are up. Try and touch that elbow if you can. Madeline, can you go sideways so I can see if you got it right? There you go. Lift those toes way off the floor. Pull those toes way up. Try and get your head to touch your toes. All right, and straight up. Okay, we're gonna stretch. Left leg out in front, and you're gonna go on the ball of your rear foot. Because this way. So runner's stretch. I don't know what way is the best position. The left leg is in front. I'm going to lift same side, my left hand up and stretch back, look back at it. Look at that palm. And put your hand back down. And lift your right hand up. And back down. Okay, from here, this position, you're going to put the knee down. You're going to stretch your front leg out. One hand on each side of your leg. Go down as far as you can. Use that side split. And if you're pretty much down, like Madeline, you can grab that back foot, pull it up towards your back.
Please. Wow.
Good, pull it back. And then gently put it back down. And we're gonna put the right leg out in front this time.
That little girl is pretty amazing, isn't she?
Don't put your knee down though. Get off the floor. Lift your right hand up. Back at your palm.
Yeah.
And lower it. Lift the other arm up. Back at that palm. Open those shoulders up. And back down. Put your knee down. Stretch that lead leg out. One hand on each side. And walk it back up. I need to turn my camera for the next one. I don't know if you guys have a spot with a wall. A wall. Perfect. Have a wall. Way over there. What you're gonna do is we're gonna sit up against the wall, facing the wall. Okay, so you're gonna face the wall with toes straight, feet straight up. Okay. So, I'm in this position. Can you see me? Where am I? See me?
Okay, you want to go to the door?
Toes are up.
Yep. Yeah, you just
And then
want
open
to
my
get
legs.
close to the toes to the door. Just sit. And you want to pull your rear end as close to the door as you can, and pull your feet straight up. Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure what she's doing. And then stretch. Oh, I see. She's doing a straddle against the wall.
I don't know how
Straddle against the wall.
I don't know how far away I am. Okay, so lift the legs. Hang.
So now, dog's rear end. So now you just want to open your legs as much as you can. And just like the wall is getting in your way, but just let gravity pull your right leg down.
I'd have to go to the kitchen to get that wall.
Yeah.
And that's what we have on two of them. But just like that, let gravity kind of pull those legs down while you're up against the wall. Use your hands. Pull them down a little bit. Good, and then you can get out of that position if you're not stuck. And if you have that belt.
Okay, you're all set there.
Around here.
Mm-hmm. No, go for it. We're gonna use the belt now.
Okay, so we're gonna lay on our backs. And put a belt under your right leg. You're gonna lay back, lay back. You can also do this with partners. So if you have a partner, you can also have the partner push that leg back.
So I can
Make sure you keep it nice and straight.
just use the belt and then just pull back.
Right. And now what I want you to do is this is, you're gonna be fighting yourself here. I want you to hold it as tight as you can, But I want you to take that leg and try to push it down to the floor for a count of 10. Ready? And go. 1, 2.
Okay, so.
Really use those muscles, really push.
Pulling and your leg is pushing.
Seven.
I got arms.
8, 9, 10. Okay, no tension now. Relax and try to pull it back a little further.
Be able to pull it a little closer
Hey, Mike.
to relax.
Yeah.
It's sort of slipping off my ankle.
Thanks.
You know, sort of running.
And relax.
Can't get it straight.
And we're gonna do the other side. So if you have a partner, your partner is holding your leg as hard as they can, and you're pushing as hard as you can, trying to make your foot go down to the floor. Or if you're doing it with the strap, you're just doing it, fighting yourself. But pull it back as far as you can. Do it slowly. And now we're gonna try to pull it down to the floor for a count of 10. Ready?
Yep.
And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. I see that knee bend, Alan. Keep it straight. Now relax and try to pull it back further. Keep that knee straight. And relax. Okay. You can bend that right knee up again. And depends on your flexibility. Try to pull it back like a flamingo or a front kick. For me, it's not doing anything. I need a person to push it back down, so it'll go back down to the floor.
You can use the belt if you want.
But
Just pull.
depends on your flexibility. If you're a little tight,
Yeah.
you'll feel that. And try the other side. Look back. Okay, turn to the side. Get underneath. Complete straight line from shoulder to your heel over here. I don't wanna be leaning forward. I wanna try to have a nice straight line, like a good side kick. This foot is sideways and pull it back.
Sort of want your body on the ground in a straight line.
Yep.
And then fold.
This one is a little easier with a partner. Having that person push you back.
Want me to push?
It doesn't matter.
Like push.
Foot's supposed to be turned. But
And lower the leg. And try the other side. Same thing with sideways. Madeline, can you do a full split, regular Chinese split? Yes?
Yeah. Well, not down the middle, though, right?
Okay, and lower the leg slowly. And Madeline, I'll show you one of the things you can do. If you have that full split, get something to make your plate higher, and then go out on those and try to go all the way down. So something that'll keep your feet just an inch or two higher off the ground is something that you can work on to increase that flexibility. Okay. So when you're doing these stretches, if you have a partner, the best way to get your legs to stretch is having them relax. So when you're tense and you're tight, it's hard for your muscles to stretch. you know, that you want to be breathing and you want them relaxed. So when we're using the belt, it works if that's what we have to do. But if you have another person where I could just completely relax my muscles, legs apart, or on my back, just completely relax and let them push my leg back. Will make you, your leg will go a little further than if you're all tense. Even though you're trying to keep your leg relaxed, your arms are tense because you're pulling. So it's hard to have your upper body tense and your lower body not. So if you have a partner, it definitely will work a lot better. And doing the resistance training will give you, where we just did the belt and you held it and you tried to push your leg down. So using that resistance will definitely help as far as when you go to relax, you're gonna see that you can go a little further. All right, because you're using the muscles, tightening them up while they're at that high level. Okay, I'm gonna do a little back stretch. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna be on your back, legs are apart, like shoulder width, and you're gonna put your hands behind your head. If you can't do this one for any reason, don't worry about it. You're gonna put your hands behind your head and like a back bend, you're gonna come up. Stretch. You wanna stretch your back. Let me turn this way.
Sure, I can do that anymore.
Up, all the way up.
Little bit.
And from there, try to bring your feet together.
Oh, I haven't done this in so long.
Together.
You know what? This is hard on my wrists.
That one's hard. All right, and relax. Whew. Yes, and that's one that you could do even on the wall. Kind of walk your hands back, go down. All right. Let me show you another one we can do. Sometimes we don't have a person to help us. If you have a person to help, it can make the stretching a little easier. So you can take a bow or a stick, broomstick, whatever, and between those legs, and use, instead of, if you have a partner, you can have your partner pull your hands forward or push you from behind. If you don't have someone, take that stick, okay? And try to use the stick to push yourself out a little further, and you can use that stick to pull yourself down.
And relax.
But with partners like Lisa and Cindy are, one of them grab onto the wrist and pull the person down.
That's good.
Hold them as far as you can. Count of 15. Then relax. And switch your feet position. So whoever is getting pulled down, your feet should be on the outside. So say we have Lisa getting pulled down this time. So Cindy should have her feet on the inside, right, pull her down. Good. And look up.
I'm totally relaxed.
If you're using partners to do the stretch,
All right.
a lot of times people go for the upper body to push them down because that's what they see. The first thing they see is my shoulders being up high. But if I can pull myself down a little bit and they push on your lower back, then push your lower back down, it's a little better than them pushing on your shoulders. So have them put their hands on above your hips, but lower back to push you down.
So if you're stretching,
Okay.
I can.
So you do a partner one like that, try it, cool down.
You don't want to push up.
Mhm,
Here.
mhm.
Push down.
right.
And always tell your partner when you feel it, so they don't keep going and snap you.
That's good. A couple, is it?
And once you can hold it there for like a count of 10, sometimes you can go a little further.
More time or is that good?
That's good.
All right, you guys can stand up. And take your right arm, do the swing kickboxer. You're gonna pull down on that elbow and kind of stretch. And you get to the side.
Away from the right.
So, yes, just like that.
Okay, and shake them out back and forth. And another one you can do for your kicks is a leg raise where you just lift and come down. So you just kick up as high as you can with a straight leg and then back down. So shoot it up and then down. All right. So up and down.
Foot off the ground here.
Good. Now this time, we're all used to kind of doing those. If you're in karate class, we do those a lot. This time what I want you to do is think about staying perfectly straight. A lot of times when we do those, we might bend at the hips a little, or we might lean back. So I want you to think, staying perfectly straight and think of your toes coming in towards your head. Not way over your head because you're bending. We're keeping everything perfectly straight so your toes come back to your head. Point your toes and bring it in towards your head. Right. A little different than the actual regular leg raise. The other one with the leg raise is aim it, and this is more like if you want to get a nice strong axe kick, aim to your opposite shoulder, and then it's just gonna come over, like if you're looking at a clock, it's like you're kind of lifting your leg up towards like the 11 on the clock, bringing it to the 12 and dropping it down. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my opposite shoulder and pull down nice and strong with a little bit of a circle. But a lot of times when we do the leg raise, we just let gravity pull it down. Use those muscles to get it to come down fast. Right. Okay. And try the other leg. So now I'm going to be aiming, right now for me, I'm aiming to the 1 and then down. Good. And then the side one, you want to have your foot sideways and just lift up as high as you can. Right. And my bottom foot when I'm doing this,
Yeah, your bottom foot, your heel should be facing right.
don't want it pointing straight ahead.
Just
I'm
like
going to
that.
try and turn it to the side.
You are like this.
And then the one to the rear is just lifting straight back.
And then
Leg is straight.
face the window and straight up the rear.
No, that was the bone. What was it? It's just like it bumps out like
No knee bend.
with the hurt. Okay.
Good. And then the other one we can do is like the crescent, over, inside, and then outside. So you bring your leg inside and then shoot it outside. So I'm making a circle. If I was actually hitting someone, hitting on the side of my foot to their face, either this way or this way. And then try the other one. I land all the way behind now. Big circle. Good. Okay, so those are just some different stretches you can do. The leg lifts are more gravity, you know, getting some speed to throw them up there, letting gravity pull it down. The partner stretches, definitely recommend you doing those. Have, you know, where you can relax, even if you're on the floor, if you're doing your split on the floor, and let them push your head down to your knee. Go to the other side, go down to the floor, use your lower back pushing you down. And as being the person that being the stretcher, you're stretching, just try to completely relax and let them push you. Let them hold you there for a certain period of time. Relax, take a deep breath, see if you can go a little further, okay? Doing a hard stretch like this, you don't want to do every single day because you're going to tear some of those muscle fibers and they need to heal. If it's like an elastic, you know, real tight elastic, you want to stretch it and teach it to stay, you know, where it's not as tight, where it can stretch a little bit. But if you only do that like once a week, it's not going to train it. Okay, you have to do it a couple times a week, but you don't want to do a hard stretch like this every day. A lot of times we stretch before class, so we don't pull any muscles, so that we're warmed up to throw our kicks and different exercises. But a lot of times we don't stretch at the end of class, where after you just did a good workout, your muscles are warm, you're sweating, you're going to see that, you know, you're going to get a better stretch towards the end of class too. So if you have time, try and do a little bit of stretching at the end of class while your muscles are nice and warm, and you'll go a little further. And, you know, I think for karate purposes, stretching is really important because it gives you an opportunity to throw other techniques, be able to kick people in the head. You can only kick them in the body. Then every time your leg comes up, we know we don't have to worry about our head. So it gives you a little more options, but just in everyday life, being flexible or, you know, stretching can prevent injuries from happening. When you're real tight, you just go to pick up the groceries. I mean, anything that you do, you can pull a muscle because you're tight. When you have that flexibility, it gives you less chance of having an injury. Does anyone have any questions on any of the stretches we did? It was a little tougher to do without all partners, but no? Okay, everyone did very good. Try to use it. If one of the stretches, you're like, oh my God, that one hurts, you know, or I'm not feeling this one at all. If you're not feeling it at all, you might be just a little out of position and just not doing it right. Or if it's an easy stretch, you know, maybe like this one, you know, if it's an easy stretch like this and you don't feel it, then this muscle might be, you know, flexible enough where you might not feel it. But typically, if you're not feeling it, it's because you might not be doing it 100% right. And if you feel one and it's like, oh my God, that one kills when I do it, then obviously, like this one, when you lay back holding your leg, doesn't bother me on this side at all, but on this side it does. I feel it a lot, so I can tell my hip is tighter on this side for whatever reason. So it just means, you know, it's a good stretch for you to keep doing, because if you're feeling it, obviously that muscle's tight. Okay. All right, well, I will let you go to the weekend holiday festivities and enjoy Memorial Day and be safe. And we do have classes tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you in person after next week is over. So we'll see.
Yay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
We'll see
Thank
you.
you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.